Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing really well. So as you can tell by the title of today's video, we are going to be testing out a new appliance together. So I have kindly been gifted something by a company called DREO, and yeah, we're going to test it out in this video, try it out and see how it is. So it's still in the box, as you can see. I haven't opened it or anything like that, so I thought I'd unbox it with you guys and take a look at it together. So I've just taken this out of the outer box, and this is what's been sent. So it's the DREO Chef Maker. Now it looks very similar to an air fryer. I'm not sure what the differences are, so we're gonna take a look at the manual that it comes with, things like that, and we're going to just see what this is, because I have seen a few videos on this product and I'm excited to try it out. So the first thing that you get at the very top of the box is the quick start guide, and this is what the product looks like itself. And on the back there's just lots and lots of information that I'm going to take a look at in a minute. So first let's just get the appliance out of the box. Right, so I have got the product out of the box and this is what it looks like. So very similar looking to an air fryer, but one thing I have noticed, it does have a water tank at the top. So right here at the very top, I will give you a closer look in a minute, but can you see it's showing water, and there's actually a water tank in there. So I guess this works differently to an air fryer. So at this point I am actually going to look at the manual that comes with it first and just tell you what are the differences, because I myself actually do not know. Okay, so I've just had a quick scan of this booklet that comes with it, and so far what I've figured out is the water tank is basically to keep your meats tender, so it keeps them from drying out too much like a normal air fryer might do. So that is interesting to try out. I'm actually excited to try that. It also comes with a cooking probe. So in here we have a probe, so you can choose different functions to cook your food on, but one of them is using this cooking probe. So you insert this into meat, for example, while you cook it. So that is something different. And then with it you do get this cooking tray as well, and that just looks like that. It's really thin as well. Now let's take a look at what it looks like inside. So inside it looks like you get a basket, is it? All right, so you get something that looks like this, and it does it's labeled, so back and front. And then this is the basket. So it is a pretty good size, to be honest. It's quite deep as well. So yeah, that's what it looks like. So I'm just going to bring you a little bit closer so that you can see its features and what it looks like. So this is what it looks like, and as you can see up here is the water tank, and if you just remove that, that is where you pop the water. And then this is the inside, and as you can see there is a heating element at the top, and I think there's a light bulb as well, so hopefully there's a light in here. And then if you look at the basket, this is what it looks like, and that just goes straight in, and yeah, that's what it looks like. And this booklet that comes with it does give you lots and lots of information. So it shows you how to use the probe, it tells you what the water tank is for and things like that, gives you lots of tips, and yeah, just lots and lots of information. So it's got guidelines there, you can sear on here, so it's showing you all the different things that you can actually make. So I'm excited to try some steaks in this actually, just to see how they turn out, but I don't think it's limited to just meats. As you can see, there's veg on here, there's onion rings, and what's that, even a pizza. So there are lots and lots of things that you can make in here. Wow, that's a lot of information, which hopefully will be really handy. But yeah, this is everything that you get with it. You also get a user manual, which I will definitely be using because, like I said, it is a little bit different to your usual air fryer. So I'm gonna have to get used to it. But it does have lots and lots of modes, one of them being the chef mode. So it says here, achieve perfect results with the ingredient-based Master Chef presets. So yeah, that will be really interesting to try as well. So I have just brought you in a little bit closer so you can see the screen. So when you switch it on, this is the screen that you see. Now the screen is a little bit dim, so it's not showing up very well on camera, but I hope you can see it. So the first thing you can see is it is set at chef mode, but you can then change that. So we've got classic cook, pro cook, favorites, where you can add all your favorites, and then we also have settings. We also have a little light button here. It's also touchscreen, by the way, not this bit, but the buttons are. And then, yeah, you've just got obviously different functions. I'm not sure how to use this just yet, but I would like to mention that you can download an app on your phone that you can control this appliance with, which is super simple and easy. It's really convenient as well. So I do need to download the app when I use this. But yeah, this is what the screen looks like. It looks pretty straightforward, to be honest. But of course, we're going to try it out later and see how easy it is. Okay guys, so we've had a quick look around the appliance. Now we know that it has lots of features to choose from. So in this video, what I've decided to do is film a few different things that I cook in this, and then I'll talk you through whether I found it easy or it's quite difficult to use, whatever that may be. I will let you know, but I just need to think of a few things that I want to make in this. And yeah, we're just going to try it out together. And I'm really excited because, especially because it has this water tank, I'm quite intrigued to see what difference it makes to things like steaks or chicken, and see if it actually does keep them nice and juicy. Apparently that is what the water tank is for, to keep the meat quite nice and moist and not drying out. So we're going to try that out. But yeah, this is what it looks like, and I guess you're going to have to wait till the end of the video just to see if I enjoyed using it or not. So I'll give you my honest review as always, guys. And yeah, let's get straight into some yummy food that we cooked in this. So the first thing I'm going to try and make is like a KFC chicken. So I'm starting off with some chicken thighs that I have got the skin on. I've got a bowl with plain flour and chicken fry mix, and then we've got some egg wash. So all we're going to do is dip the chicken into the flour mixture first, make sure it's well coated, and then you want to pop that straight into the egg mixture. Really make sure that that egg has stuck to your chicken, and then back it goes into the flour mixture. This is just going to create a really nice thick crust, and it's just going to be so delicious. So once you have coated it really well, you want to tap off any of the excess flour, and then you just want to pop this aside until you've done this with all of your chicken. So now that my chicken is nicely coated, I'm going to use the probe that comes with the appliance, and it just says to put this into the thickest part of the meat that you are cooking. So that's what I've done here. Now I'm just transferring the chicken into the basket, and then the other side of the probe just literally clips into this bit here. And now we are going to brush the chicken with oil or whatever you want to use. I'm actually using ghee because that is one of the main things that I use. Next, we are going to fill up the water tank and then pop the lid back on, and then it's time to cook our chicken. So in it goes. I chose the chef mode option. I clicked onto poultry, and then you literally just look for what you're cooking. So I just looked for chicken thighs, which are here, then press that little start button and it will start calculating the time. So once it has, the time will show on the screen like so, and then you just wait until it's done. And here is the chicken all cooking away really nicely.
And here it is all finished cooking, and this is what my chicken looked like. It was super golden brown and crispy on the top. It smelled absolutely delicious. So I'm just going to serve this up on a platter, and here it is, a little look in the light. And then I'm just going to cut into it. This was super hot at this point. I didn't let it rest. I just want to show you how well it's cooked inside. The chicken was cooked perfectly, and yeah, it was absolutely delicious. Now this is what I was most excited to try out. So I've got some beautiful steaks here. So the first thing I'm going to do is brush them with some butter, and then we are going to go ahead and season. So I seasoned mine with some garlic granules, lots and lots of salt, and then I also like to add some black pepper. Now that is the seasoning I chose. Of course you can add any sort of seasonings that you like. Now what I'm going to do is stick the probe into the steak as well, kind of the thickest part of the steak, and then the seasoned side down is going into the basket. Then I'm just going to brush with more oil and season on the other side as well. And now this is ready to cook. So I just topped up the water tank, and then in they go. Again, I just went onto the steak option, picked whatever was closest to what I have here, and then we let it cook. And once it was done, this is how it looked. Super brown. At this point I was a little bit worried it might be overdone, but I am going to cut into it just to show you that it was not overdone whatsoever. The steak was still super juicy inside, it was not dry whatsoever, and it cooked perfectly. Now last but not least is the final recipe. We're making some chicken strips. So I'm just cracking an egg into a large bowl, giving that a good whisk, and then adding in my chicken. And at this point I'm just going to season with some garlic and some paprika. Now just give it a quick mix, make sure it's really well coated. I'm also adding in some plain flour, and then you're just going to toss the chicken in the flour until it is coated nice and evenly, and that's our chicken ready. So I just popped these straight into the basket. I managed to get all the chicken in the basket, which shows that it is a really good size. Again, I used the probe as well that comes with this appliance. I did brush my chicken with some oil, and in they go. Again, I chose the chicken breast option because that's what I'm using. And I made up a little sweet chili kind of glaze. Once the chicken was cooked, I popped all the chicken into the glaze, gave everything a mix around, tossed the chicken in all of that glaze, and here it is completely done. And my kids absolutely loved this. The chicken was cooked so beautifully. Just look at that, it looks incredible, and it was cooked really well. So the chicken was cooked thoroughly, it was nice and tender, and yeah, it was just absolutely beautiful. So I'm definitely going to be making all of this and more in the future in this appliance.
Hey guys, so we've made it to the end of this video and my review of the DREO Chef Maker. So I just want to start by saying this so far has been an amazing little appliance. I only made 3 things in it, and those are the 3 things that I put in this video. I have not yet experimented with other things. You can make so many different foods in here, but I just haven't tried any other thing yet. I just wanted to experiment with meat and chicken and things like that. So I cook breakfast, lunch and dinner at home. We rarely ever eat out or get things that aren't made at home. I just prefer cooking food from scratch. I know exactly what's in it, and I just think it's better for us all. And even I overcook things sometimes. Sometimes if I'm cooking steaks, they can be really dry and overcooked. And the thing I like about this is it has so many different options to choose from. So for example, if you're cooking a steak, you can pick the option for steak, and then it breaks it down into different types of steak. So you can literally choose the exact one that you have, and it will just calculate the time and it will cook it to perfection. And I think that's so handy for myself and others out there who aren't 100% when they come to cooking things. This little thing is honestly so clever. And I think the water tank at the top really does help keep moisture inside the meat. So I just want to say, when I cook the steak, I picked the well done function. So that's another really great thing, that you can pick how well you want your food to be cooked, which I think is just amazing. Everything is catered to however you want it. So when I cooked it, it did take around 40 minutes to cook, which is quite a bit of a long time. Compared to when I cook it on the pan, it's a lot quicker. However, I did not have to turn it over. I just put it in, let it go, and then I came back once it was completely done. And once I took it out, yes, it looked super, super dark on the outside, and I was a little bit worried that maybe it's overcooked it. But when I cut into it, you could see that it was actually cooked really, really well. There was still a little bit of pink inside. I wouldn't say pink, but I normally would have it a little bit more well done than that. But I did give it a taste, just to taste and see if it's anything that I would like. And I actually really enjoyed it. So I ended up eating it how it turned out. And it was really, really good. Not gonna lie, I wouldn't normally pick something like that. I would normally go for a very well done piece of meat. But honestly, it was delicious and it was not dry whatsoever. The basket size is also very good. I think it's a pretty average size basket. You can get quite a few little bits in there, especially if you're doing things like chicken wings. I think you can get quite a lot in there. Things like steak, you might only be able to get maybe 2 or 3 fillets in there, but for me that's not a downfall, because when I cook them in the pan, that's pretty much how many I can fit in a pan anyway. So all in all, I would definitely recommend this appliance. I think it's so clever, and I just think it looks really nice as well. It's got a really nice look to it. It's not too big, so it would fit nicely in any kitchen. But of course, I am yet to experiment with it a little bit more just to see how it cooks everything else. So that brings me to the end of this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. I will leave all the links down below in the description box for you if you do want to go ahead and check it out. And I'll see you all in my next video.